If you are new here, I am Sibataki. If you're returning, thank you so much for your support. As you can see by the title, today I am sharing about new stages just in general and the types of hiring managers we have out there. So let's get into the video. The first stage, so I registered my CV on Indeed. It has been there for years. So when I look for a job, I just update it and set to actively looking. And I also registered on Offers. I also registered on Offers, and I updated my CV as well. I've been with them. But when I registered the last time, there was assessment. I see now they have changed that. The minute I went to there, I was like, I'm actively looking. They activated my profile, and a talent advisor contacted me, and we've been communicating. And so there are stages of interviews. You saw how I prepare for my interviews on the previous video. I'm gonna attach it on this video so that I do not have data redundancy, like saying the same thing in all my with this video and the previous one. So the interviews, they have 3 stages. The first one, it's a meet-up, and they introduce you to the company and you share your background, and they ask a few questions, not technical. They just want to know you, which it would mostly be the interview would be the hiring manager or the HR person. So if the person liked you, you move to the second stage. So after the meetup, it would be assessment or technical interview depending on the company. So if it's the assessment, I have, through my experience, I've realized that there's 3 types of assessments. There's IKM, which is the online. The IKM people, they set up the assessment for you. So you would say, come an APC. So come an APC would conduct them. Please set up an assessment for these languages for a candidate. Then they give you details, and they send you back a link with the assessment. And I think it's timed for 90 minutes. So the assessment, it is based on your experience and the tech stack you have been using, and that one is really hard to cheat. You cannot cheat IKM assessments. And I even checked the Reddit reviews complaining about IKM, and like enough, before I apply, I would do a pre-run. I call that. I would do a pre-run interviews, and I would get the assessment, the IKM assessment, and I've already know what type of questions they ask and what they cover. That's how I pass it. And there is also a problem solving assessment. Oh, those ones, they're very easy to cheat. They ask these I'm not saying I cheat, but they're very easy to cheat. So they would ask, sum up the number or do a palindrome. There are a lot of websites they use, or assessment centers they use. HackerRank is one of them. They'll give you a problem there on HackerRank. And when you Google this, like you would ask them, you Google the solutions, HackerRank solutions, or just go to GitHub and search that. There are repositories with those. And you think, cheating is not cool. I'm not saying people must cheat, but there's an easier way to pass those one. You just go on your GitHub or Google and look for solutions. Then you get the solutions, you copy and paste. But when you copy and paste, you must change the variables. You must not copy as it is. If they have Siba, replace Siba with Daki, yabo, so that if they copy that and paste on Google, it mustn't pop up. It must be like it's something new. It's not on the internet. So must be smart when you cheat. So the third assessment, they would give you a problem or a scenario, or they'll just say develop a CRUD application that manages employees. Then you would develop your application, your API, and or they would say build e-commerce and they'll give you the data that they need to be displayed on your e-commerce, and the structure, there's always a base code, so you would do that. So moving to the third interview stage, which is the technical interview. So on the technical interviews, I figured it out, or whatever, I noticed that I discovered that there are two hiring managers, which is the first one, they would like to know what you have done, what you have been working on. They make it an open discussion. You discuss your tech stack with them. They tell you about their tech stack and try to see if you're a fit for the company and things, if you have worked on similar tech stack. Like they would ask a follow-up question based on your experience, and those are not hectic. They're really good people. For me, it really makes sense why they would interview that, because you introducing yourself, there's no need to make people uncomfortable or make them nervous. And yeah, I really enjoy those interviews when they ask about my experience and nothing hectic, because honestly, you can't ask something technical. We do technical stuff and then you come with the theory questions. And with that said, the other hiring managers, it is the ones that they ask you theory questions. I think those ones, they test your patience. They want to see if you work with difficult clients, will you be able to handle them. In my 8 years of working experience, I'm not a fan of those interviews where they ask, what is a string builder, what's the difference between the two, or what is, like, they would ask really questions that test your patience. Like they would ask, what is array list, what is array, what is the difference between array and array list, when should you use array, when should you use array list, like those questions. That's the second type of hiring managers you get to experience or meet on technical interviews. And yeah, and also to register on Indeed. And the good thing about Indeed, they cater for all the industries. You choose your industry and then they advertise the jobs based on what you have chosen. And Career 24 and Offers is strictly for developers. That's all I wanted to share. If you have any questions or you would like me to clarify anything, please comment below. I will look at that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Or if you want to add on anything, you are free to add on the comment section. Hope you have excused my voice. I'm a bit fluish. Thank you so much. See you on the next video.